Hi. Hi, Kendall. Hi. So we got Zubair today, Claire, and Kendall. Okay. So to prepare to get started, I'm gonna take my strap, just kind of have it ready a little bit in the middle of the mat, and then go ahead and let your knees be quite wide. So today, you guys, anytime I tell you to take your knees wide, it's to let Kendall's belly fit through fit through the upper thighs, okay? Um, and Kendall, how many more days?
2 weeks, but
To
he could come at
any
any time.
he could come at any time. Okay. All right. 2 weeks, you guys, but it could be any time here. So all right. Hips back to heels. I like to bend my elbows out, right? And stack my hands and let my forehead rest. Remember, the wider your elbows, usually the easier it is to make sure we're not pinching around the base of the neck. And then just close your eyes. Okay. Today's class, kind of simple, straightforward. Gandhi says, happiness is when your thoughts, your words, and your actions are in harmony, right? For instance, if I know that being like patient will help me stay peaceful and calm and happy, but then my actions, or I go out into the world and I act irritated, right? Then I'm frustrated with myself because I'm not in alignment. Take a moment here as you really start to deepen the breath, sending it into any pockets of tightness. What type of thoughts today as you practice will keep you in that like zone of happiness? And as you move, right? He talks about your actions. Are your actions ones that are going to keep you happy and peaceful? Are you forcing the body? Are you not staying in alignment with your energy levels today? Inhale. Use your whole exhale to just soften the body. Inhale. Fill up, allow the body to inflate as the breath spreads down into the hips. Exhale. There's a surrendering, a dropping of your weight, a release. One more, please. Inhale. Exhale. Keep your hips back on your heels as you walk up. Grab your strap. Good. And as we sit on the heels, pull the strap up, arms vertical up towards the ceiling. Do that little work to collect and pull your front bottom ribs in. Inhale. Bend your elbows, pull them straight down, letting the shoulder blades squeeze together. Feeling the heads of the shoulders move back. Inhale the strap back up. Exhale, elbows pull in, bottom tips of the shoulder blades pull in to expand and lift the heart. One more. Inhale up. Exhale, slide and glide those shoulder blades down. Inhale, extend the arms up. And then you're going to release. This time, you're going to come down onto your elbows. Bring your palms together to touch. Walk your elbows a little more forward. Take that extra moment to push your hips back like my hands were on your pelvis, helping to anchor it down. Drop the head and bring the thumbs towards the base of your neck as you allow for more tricep opening. Okay, so no forcing today. I know all three of you have had a lot going on, a lot of movement, a lot of change happening, beginnings of things, endings of things. Really try with this basics class today to just honor where you are. One more breath, please. Inhale, exhale. Okay, release your hands. Grab your strap as you walk back up. Okay. Take the strap up towards vertical. And then without puffing your front bottom ribs forward, see if you can begin to circle your arm bones back. Okay. Yeah. And I want you to just pause there. So I actually just took my hands quite a bit wider so that I can feel both elbows completely locked and straight as you squeeze through the triceps. And then drop your chin down towards your chest and allow that to give you some length to the back of the neck. Inhale, the lungs lifting, spreading, and expanding. Exhale. Good. Circle that all the way back down and around. We're going to shift forward into tabletop. And again, I'm going to put my strap a little bit more forward. Yep. So we can have it there. And then take your knees wider, you guys, and take your feet as wide so that the pinky toe is in line with the back of the mat. Good. And then drop your belly and lift your chest. Inhale, cow. Exhale, round cat. Now, knees don't move, but we squeeze in and up, engage the pelvic floor. Two more. Inhale. Remember that we're always trying to pull our wrists and our elbows and our shoulders back as we pull the chest through. Exhale, round in. Remember, from the back of the heart, we press through the shoulders, elbows, knuckles, and fingertips. One more. Inhale, open. Yep, pubic bone, belly button, heart, throat, chin, gaze up towards your third eye. Exhale, round in, making your movements in alignment with your thoughts, how you want to feel. Drop your belly, lift your chest. Inhale, open, your hips are set. Take your hips up and back into a wide-legged downward facing dog. Focus on the arms here to begin. I bring my awareness to the inner shoulder and I make sure that that's pressing open wide. If there was hands against your outer shoulders, you'd be trying to press your outer shoulders into the hands to make space here. Inhale. Exhale, knees down to the mat, tabletop position. Okay, bring your feet back to hip width distance apart and step. Right foot outside edge of right hand. So we keep it wider. It's absolutely fine that everybody's belly is on the inside. Tuck your back left toes, lift the back left knee as you come into a lizard lunge. Okay. When I take that extra second to make sure my inner right knee is stacked over my inner right ankle, good. And then lower that back left knee down. Good. Push into the palms, lift the chest, sink into the left hip. Inhale. Exhale, push into the palms, step back, take a wide-legged down dog. So for everyone, whenever we take your feet wider, it's going to give you a lot more space because it takes the hamstrings a little bit out of the equation. You can get more opening. We're focusing right now on the upper back, the chest, the length in your spine. And if you've been really tired doing a lot, right, just bringing like blood into the brain here, it'll give you more energy as you feel calmer. Okay. Knees to the mat, tabletop, feet hip width distance, left foot steps, outside edge of left hand. Tuck your back right toes, long, low lizard. Good. And then please drop that back right knee. Okay. That right knee is as far back behind you as you can get it. We always have the feeling that the right toes are pulling the mat backwards, but your right knee is dragging slightly forward. Yep, as I try to wrinkle the mat in front of my right knee, I get more length through the front of the hip. Inhale. Exhale, step back, very wide-legged, downward. The fingers are spreading. We're focusing on that inner shoulder, a lot of length through the neck as it grows out from in between the shoulder blades. And then bring the awareness up into the hips, knees to the mat, tabletop position. Good. Stay in tabletop. Drop down onto your elbows. Good. And then extend the arms forward as you lower your forehead down towards the floor. Puppy dog pose. Okay, so Kendall, if at any point down dogs become a little bit too much, you can always take your knees to the mat, come into puppy dog pose. And for everyone, this takes pressure out of your low back, pressure off your pelvic floor. Inhale, exhale. Okay, bring your hands back up underneath your shoulders, tabletop. Stay in the upper body. Elbows are narrowed in. As you look forward, keep your elbows over your wrist, bend your elbows and just do the front part of a chaturanga and press back up. Good. Two more. Chin away from chest, hugging the elbows and upper arms in as you press. And then one more, please. Drop it down and then press back up. Good. Inhale, cow, downward facing dog. Okay, from your downward facing dog, shift forward into plank pose, shoulders over your wrists. Lower your left knee down onto the mat, and then use that to step your right foot forward. Good. Come up onto fingertips, tuck your back left toes, lift the back left knee, long, low lunge. Okay. Yeah, so now, Claire, you could actually take your leg right in the midline now. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Kendall, that's fine. If you keep it wider, drop the back knee. Now your strap is there. Inhale, come on up. Pushing from the back left toes, squeeze through the left glutes, and then find that circling back sensation as you open the heart. Inhale, right knee presses forward, chin away from chest as you open, and then release. Plant your palms, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale. Long, slow exhale. Heels are heavy, sitting bones are bright. Inhale, shift forward into plank pose. Lower your right knee down. Step your left foot forward. Lunge. High on fingertips, lift that back. Right knee. Yep, I want everybody to feel like you have a nice wide base as you pull both knees away from each other. Drop your back right knee, grab the strap and work. Shoulders, upper back, making space for the baby in the belly. Stretch out the abdominals as you open. Inhale. Exhale, release the strap, step back. Downward facing dog. Good. Everybody, when you're ready, inhale forward into plank pose. We're going to drop the knees straight down. Stay connected to glutes. Good, Zubair. Inhale. Shift your hips a little bit forward, Claire. Just a little bit. Yeah, good. And then bend elbows halfway down. Press back up. One. Inhale down. Exhale, press up. Two. Inhale down. Exhale, press back up. Downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, shift forward into plank. Left knee down onto the mat, directly underneath your left hip. Spin your right heel to flat. And then extend right arm up towards the ceiling. Flip the palm and then reach and extend, leading through the pinky finger. Right arm over your right ear. Okay, and then you guys climb from the foot to the ankle, to the knee, to that right hip. Really tuck the tailbone under. Make sure your front ribs are pulling in and get it into that full side body lateral stretch here. Inhale. Exhale, hand to the mat, step back, downward facing dog. Hey, so alignment just isn't in your poses, stacking your bones. It's aligning your thoughts, aligning your breath. Inhale forward into plank. Good. Right knee down onto the mat. Spin your left heel to flat. Open up. Anything that touches the floor. Foot, center of that right ankle, center of your right knee, center of your right palm. Push it down. Flip that left palm and extend left arm over your left ear. Good. We're turning the belly button. We're turning the heart up towards the ceiling, all through all five fingertips, but your tailbone is anchoring in without dumping into your low back. Hand to the mat, press back, downward facing dog. Good. And then from your down dog, you're going to take as many steps as you need, stepping forward, top of your mat. Good. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen, half flat back. Exhale. I like to hold my ankles, internally roll them. Yeah, so I keep my legs hugging the midline as you fold in. Hands to hips, elbows up, flat back, heart open. Use the elbows squeezing in as you press down through your hips to lift to rise. Good. Hands fold in front of your heart. Close your eyes for a moment. So check in with your thoughts. Are they in harmony with how you're moving? With what you said you wanted to get out of your practice today? Release your hands. Inhale, full stretch, arms up, reach. Push the hips back as you hinge, folding, bending the knees. Ooh, Tanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, half flat back. Left foot will step back, lunge. Parallel your feet over to the left, toes in, heels out. Push your hips up and back as you walk your hands forward. Wide-legged down dog. Okay, so beginning of class was mostly kind of like we're loosening up your triceps, your armpits, your spine. Now start to work your awareness down into the hips, the inner thighs. Press them open. Lift the sitting bones. Add a little more hamstring. 1. Inhale. I'm turning my knees towards one another. Rolling my inner thighs up and back for 2. Inhale. Exhale for 3. Hands walk forward underneath your shoulders. Pivot, turn, top of your mat, low lunge. Step back, downward facing dog. So I'm trying to like be specific, be clear, be in alignment. Inhale forward into plank. Zubair and Claire, go ahead, take your vinyasa. Kendall, knees to the mat. You take a cat cow. Yep. So Kendall, your vinyasas look like cat cows until you take it up and back into a downward facing dog. 1, work the legs, you guys, lift the kneecaps. Sometimes I even lift my toes, right, to help me activate through the fronts of the ankles for 2. Inhale. Exhale for 3. Begin to walk your feet forward, top of your mat. Good. Hands to shins. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold in here. Take the pressure off your low back. Hands to hips, elbows up, flat back. Lift all the way to stand. Flip the palms. Inhale, reach, connect. Feet to knees, to hips, to shoulders, to elbows, to fingertips. Exhale, fold in. Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen, half flat back. Right foot steps back fully. Lunge. Pivot, turn. Right side of your mat, toes in, heels out. Hold on to your ankles. Internally rotate them. Use your elbows on your outer shin bones to help pull your shin bones in, like you're squeezing your shin bones against that work. Press your thigh bones open more and try to fold in. 1. Inhale, use the lower leg squeezing in to give you resistance to press out wide. And as your sitting bones widen, can you tip your pelvis more forward to lengthen your spine? Inhale. Exhale, hands underneath your shoulders. Turn forward, take your time, top of your mat, low lunge, step it back, downward facing dog. Everybody has their version of the vinyasa. Inhale forward into plank. You can do a cat cow, or you could do chaturanga into up dog. Excellent. All of you pick what you need and press back. Downward facing dog. 1. Inhale. Exhale for 2. Energy up through the fronts of the ankles, fronts of the knees, fronts of the quadriceps, up into the hip creases, and then anchor down through the backs of the legs, heavy into the heels. Decide what you need to do as you step forward, top of your mat. Everybody, feet hip width distance apart. Inhale, lengthen half flat back. Without locking your knees, fold in. Think that your ribs are stretching away from your hips. Your armpits are stretching away from your ribs. The tops of your ears are stretching away from the tops of your shoulders as you fold in. Bend your knees, drop your hips, sit down and low into chair pose. Good. Yep, we want nice, strong legs here as you squeeze your glutes and you lift your heart. So can you do this pose still in alignment? What's going to keep you peaceful? Going to keep you enjoying what your body can do. And then exhale, fold in, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen half flat back. Left foot steps back, lunge. And then from there, you tuck your tailbone under and you lift to rise. High lunge. Left hip turns forward. Back your shoulders. We worked at the beginning of class. Triceps turning forward. Biceps wrapping back. Pinky edge side of the hand turning forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back. Downward facing dog. Take your vinyasa, or you could even just hold in down dog. What do you need? 1. Yep. Could roll through a vinyasa or hold in for 2. Inhale. Exhale. Choose to step or jump forward, top of your mat, feet hip width distance apart. Good. Hands to shins. Good job, Zubair. Length, and yet use that forward momentum to lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Bend knees, drop hips, sit low, chair pose. Squeeze the butt muscles, pull the front ribs in. Shine out through the heart. Reach strong through active fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, hips high, head low, fold in. Inhale, lengthen, half flat back. Right foot steps back, lunge. From the power of the legs, you press your tailbone forward and you use that to lift to rise. High lunge. All right, so check in with your actions here. Are you forcing? Choose to do a little bit less, or maybe doing a little bit more is going to kind of like unlock your energy today. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat, step it back. Downward facing dog. Choose to vinyasa or choose to be in stillness. What's going to bring you into your alignment? Okay. Everybody, one breath. Inhale. Big, bright, full, kind of inflate. Exhale, get heavier through the hands and feet. Again, step forward, feet hip width distance apart. We're going to start to add on hands to shins. Inhale, open. Exhale, folds. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. It's forward, down, and then in. Bend your knees, drop your hips, sit low, chair pose. But now you're going to bring your left elbow onto your left knee, curl your left fingertips around your right knee. So I'm kind of balancing on my forearm. I'm like bracing myself. Good. And then you're going to use that to find a really open twist. Good. If you'd like to put the back of that right hand behind your outer left hip, push your hips to the left and try to roll that right shoulder open. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold and release the spine. Inhale to lengthen, half flat back. Step, left foot back, lunge. Okay, weight stays in the right heel. Press down, scoop up, high lunge. This time from your high lunge, right hand grabs left wrist. Side lean, push your hips to the left, your ribs to the left as you lean to the right. Okay, use your own right hand to keep trying to pull that left arm up and over as you get length. Inhale, chin away from chest. Exhale, press the knees away from each other. Hands to the mat. Pick up the foot, downward facing dog. Vinyasa if you want it. 1. Inhale. Exhale for 2. You know, if I was there, I would grab your hips, pull you up and back on the diagonal, stretching the spine out of the shoulders. Last side from here, step or jump, top of your mat, feet are hip width distance. Inhale, lengthen, bend your knees just a little bit more, Zubair. Try not to let them lock. Good to help you pull the heart forward. And then exhale, fold in. Bend knees, drop hips, sit low, down into your chair. But then you're going to support yourself. Right elbow on your right knee, hold that outer left knee, and then sweep left arm up, gentle twist into the upper back. If you want it, top left arm can wrap around. Press outer left hand into your right hip as you roll open, look up. Good. Pressing the elbow into the knee, the hand and knee together, twist. Inhale, left arm up, re-expand the chest, think cobra. Exhale, fold out over your legs here. Inhale, lengthen, half flat back. Right foot steps back, lunge. Right, so we're going at a pace, hopefully, like find the pose, find the alignment in the pose, and then add on, lift to rise, high lunge. From that high lunge, as you squeeze the inner thighs together, left hand grabs right wrist, side lean. Good. I don't care how much you lean to the left, it's more like up and out on that diagonal, make space. And as you come back to center, hands to the mat, all the way back. Downward facing dog, wide across the backs of the knees, the backs of the thighs. Take a vinyasa. Down dog, shake the head. Maybe take an exhale out through the mouth. And this time, take your feet as wide as your mat. Walk your hands back towards your feet as you bend your knees, drop down, Malasana yogic squat at the back of your mat. Kendall, your homework every day until that baby comes. This is the pose. 1. Squeeze the glutes, hug the shins in. That should press the knees more into the elbows. And then widen the thighs, widen the chest. Inhale. Exhale, now use the strength of your legs as you press to stand. Okay. You're going to take your double blocks. You're going to face to whatever side of the mat you want, wherever you can like kind of see or feel me the best. Then we're going to put the blocks back behind our heels. Okay. Goddess dance. Heels in, toes out. Interlace the hands behind the back of the head. Straighten your legs. Inhale. Exhale, slide down that imaginary wall. Weight is in the pinky edge sides of your feet. Inhale up. Exhale, slide down. Squeeze the glutes at the bottom. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Press all the way back up to center. Hands at your hips. Right foot turns open. Left heel turns in. Prepare your pelvis in neutral. Warrior two. Okay. Floating the arms. Close your eyes. Be a little less concerned about what the pose looks like, but what it feels like. Can you pull strength into your hamstrings? Strength into your glutes. Engage the muscles of the back body, the triceps. Use the strength in the back body to then let the front body open fully. Straighten the front leg or right leg, hands at your hips as you parallel your feet. Change sides. Left toes turn out. Okay, so I like to be up high here because that helps me feel that I'm carrying like that stack of books on the crown of my head. That line doesn't shift. It's a simple bending into the knee, and then you float the arms. Think of yourself like a book from the front of the spine. You're pressing the shoulders back. You're widening the hips away from the midline, widening the knees away from the midline. Find some strength there, right? So part of the thing that like makes me happy is growth, but I have to be in alignment with that. My actions, I got to be looking for that edge that's really going to create a shift or a change. Straighten the front leg, parallel your feet. Heels in, toes out. Prepare. Goddess stance. Sink down in it. Stay down. Right elbow, right knee, left arm up and over. Yep. Keep the left sitting bone sinking down in line with the left heel. Bend the elbow, cup the head, chin away from the chest, open the heart. Think cobra. I want a little bit of burn, a little bit of growth. Press back up, release. Inhale. Exhale, slide down into goddess stance. Left elbow, left knee. Right arm extends up and over. So if I was there, I would either sit on your right thigh or I would put my hand and I would press it down. And then you would try to grow up away from that. Bend the elbow, cup the head, make it an open twist, you guys. We're not going to take any closed twists today. So open, release your mid back, and then press all the way up to stance. Right foot turns open. Left heel turns in. Parallel that back foot. As you hold your pelvis in neutral, bend deep into that front knee. Warrior two. Right elbow, right knee. Left arm extends up and over. Now I use that right elbow, you guys. Pull my femur bone forward to help guide it open as I press my right hip under. And as my right hip squeezes under, you try to roll left hip, left ribs, left shoulder open. Inhale. Okay, so we want space in the side body, more room in like the abdominal cavity. Stay low in your legs. Reverse your warrior. It's one breath as you reach up and straighten the legs. Parallel the feet. Inhale. Exhale. Left heel turns in. Right foot parallel. Check it visually if you need to. Square off your shoulders, square off your hips. If you were at a wall, you guys, you'd feel both butt cheeks evenly at the wall, both shoulders evenly at the wall. Warrior two. Left elbow supports you as your right arm extends up and over. One. Inhale, left sitting bone pulls towards your inner left knee. 2, it's an open twist. Inhale. Exhale, stay low in your legs. Reverse your warrior. Yep. Come up to stand. Parallel your feet. Inhale. Exhale, heels in, toes out. Bend your knees, goddess stance. Grab your inner ankles just below your calf muscles. Use your elbows against your knees to press the knees open. Pull the heart forward. Think cow pose. Drop your belly. And then if you guys want to kind of like Spider-Man rock from side to side, knees are pressing back, heart is pulling open. Want a big inner thigh stretch here. 3, rock it out. 2, you're almost done. 1, come back to center, hands at your hips, press to stand. Final 1, right toes out, left foot hinges in. Float the arms, and then let your left hip come a little bit forward so you feel that full hip hinge. Use your block, outside edge of that right shin bone, triangle pose. Now go both shoulder blades down your back. If it helps you, I bend my top left elbow. I feel the back of the head into chest, but I try to feel cobra. Make sure that those top left ribs aren't puffing up, that they're pressing down. There you go, Claire. So the side body is long. Final touch, lengthen and extend left arm over left ear. Good, and as you push into that back, left foot, lift all the way to rise. Parallel your feet. Set the spine, inhale. Exhale, left foot turns out. Turn your right hip slightly forward. You always move from that hip joint. Lengthen and extend out through your left arm. Left hip is pulling back. Left armpit is pulling forward. Use your block. Triangle pose. 1. If it helps you to cup the head. So there's a strong relationship. Have you guys heard of like cranial sacral massages, right? There's this relationship between the back of the head and your sacrum. As I lengthen my skull forward, I drag my tailbone long, open up into that. And then as you're ready, right arm extends over your right ear without collapsing the chest. Inhale. Exhale. I think all of you are at the top of your mat. Bend into that knee, low lunge, and step your way back. Downward facing dog. If you'd like a vinyasa, take it. Clear that out. Your standing poses are done. And then knees to the mat. Tabletop. And then come to seated. And find a comfortable place, right, where you can be on your mat. Okay, so instead of always doing pigeon pose, right? This is actually my favorite way to do it, and it's available for all of us today. Okay, so your right heel will fold in, and then your left leg comes forward. It's like 90-degree bend in the ankle, right? I think, Claire, you've done this one with me a lot. Okay, so my foot is forward. I'm not pulling it in. And then I like to put a block on the inside edge of that left foot. And then right down the midline, my left elbow comes over the shin. I maybe hold the foot and then fold in. Imagine a block underneath that outer left knee. You're pressing it down. And as you find the connection between left elbow and left shin bone, you try to keep pulling yourself forward and folding in more. If you feel space, maybe you drop the block lower. It should be a pretty good pose for taking pressure out of the low back. Three more breaths. Inhale, exhale. Good. Roll up through your spine. Yep, and try to keep the movement just like kind of simple, quiet. Left heel in, right foot forward. Fold in. Remember to approach the pose in a way that's gonna let you, I mean, happy isn't always, but equanimity, peaceful, in harmony with what's going on in your body in the moment. Three more breaths, please. Inhale, exhale. Squeeze what you need out of the pose by pressing the knees down, drawing the belly button back, folding in deeper. Inhale, exhale. Good. Roll up through your spine. Okay, good. And then final one from seated, extend both legs out, big V. Okay, so I like to start with my fingertips back behind me. Yep. I might even take that time to like internally roll my thighs, right? I really want to feel that I'm on the front of the sitting bones. And you want your forward fold, right, to start with lumbar curve, final extension, and then you take that forward. Use a block. Fold in. I want to feel that my hamstrings are widening across the floor. Connect as much surface area as you can. And fold. If I was there, I stand behind me, behind you. I put my hands right into your hip creases. I pull them down and back. Yep, exactly, Zubair. And then you can, yeah, you can kind of even do it to yourself. And then you telescope and you extend, you extend, you extend, active through the legs. Inhale. Exhale. Come back up through center. Hey, hold your inner knees, especially you, Kendall, because you can have a lot of relaxant in your body right now. Protect the ligaments. Okay. So, Kendall, I'm either going to suggest you laying flat or maybe with a little bit of elevation and putting your legs up over your bed. Okay. And getting into a leg up, release the ankles. And then, Zubair and Claire, we're going to come down. So, Claire and Zubair, we're going to come into shoulder stand, but I want to do a bridge pose first to set the shoulders. Okay. So, hips up. Long posterior tuck of the tailbone. Interlace the hands behind your hips. Walk your shoulders under. Roll the shoulder, like collarbones open. Bridge pose. So essentially, from the head to the shoulders to the elbows is the foundation for your shoulder stand. So see how much you can relax the face. Keep the breast filling across the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, release your hands. Lower down. And then prepare for shoulder stand. I flip my palms to flat so I get more help. Knees come into the chest. And then you can get a little rocking momentum as you take the legs and hips up and over. Interlace the fingers again. Do what you just did. Walk your shoulders in. Turn your triceps down. Chin away from chest. And then when you're ready, keep your elbows heavy on the mat. Bend the elbows. Hold on to your mid back and extend the legs. Shoulders. Yep. And then Zubair, you're going to be here for like about 5 to 8 breaths. So just try not to turn your head. Okay. And as you feel ready, maybe walk your hands deeper and deeper down towards your rib cage. Face is still soft, trying to work the throat still open. Staying here long enough that the blood flows down into the brain, crossing that blood brain barrier that's going to slow your heart rate. Zubair, this is the idea. This is the pose that kind of, when you've been on full speed lately, it helps us to kind of slow down. It has a calming effect. Inhale, exhale. Toes drop down overhead into Halasana. Bend your knees, reach back, grab onto your calves or your ankles, and pull yourself into a nice small ball. It's almost like a child's pose, trying to get a big tuck in, and then release your hands as you vertebra by vertebra. Slowly lower down when your hips touch. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Inhale, exhale. Okay. Kendall, you're going to come out of that pose, release your feet, and then you guys have to meet me back up in seated. Okay, so Kendall, at this point, you don't want to spend a lot of time laying flat on your back. And then Zubair and Claire, we're going to be able to get a heart opener. So you're going to take your first block to Chicago style. Your second block is either going to be New York style or Chicago, depending on how much back bending you want. And then, Kendall, what I do is I set up the blocks and you use your big pillow and you make yourself like a little recliner. Okay. And then Zubair and Claire, I want it to be a little bit more active for you. Take your time, find that edge. Keep walking the shoulder blades together. And then using your block so that the base of your neck is long. Good. Bottoms of your feet together. Knees wide apart. As you take your arms out to the side. We want a downward flow, you guys. So like from the hairline to the eyebrows, the eyelids, to the cheeks, to the chin, to the chest. The energy is kind of flowing down. As you expand your breath. Awareness is at the tip of the nose. And all we do is we think, inhale left, pull the breath up to your third eye. Exhale out through right nostril. You're just imagining. Inhale right nostril up to the third eye. Exhale left. Inhale both. Exhale both. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale both. Exhale both. Last one, inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale both. Exhale both. And Zubair, decide, do you want to stay there? Do you want to come into full Shavasana? Do you want to extend your leg? And then we'll all take rest. Inhale. Exhale. Begin to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. As you extend your arms up overhead, lengthen there. Okay. Pendle to the left. Zubair and Claire roll to the right and pause in fetal position. Make a pillow with that bottom arm. Yep. Ooh, Zubair, go back down there. Hold and yep. Make a little pillow. Fetal position. Close your eyes. Okay. Stay heavy. So happiness, contentment in your thoughts, your words, and your actions are in harmony. So you guys know your thoughts affect your feelings. When I think about negative things, I feel anxious. When I think about the things I'm grateful for and that I delight in, I feel lighter and more content. Watch your thoughts as you press yourself back up to find seated. And as you fold your hands in front of your heart center in Anjali Mudra, that sense of good energy to Kendall and the baby, and that it goes easy, and that everybody is happy and healthy. Take your thumbs to your third eye, bowing forward. to seal your practice? Shy, Siddhatma.